family, friends, faculty, and fellow graduates. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2021. I'd like to start off by congratulating each one of my classmates. We did it. We all accomplished one of the major early milestones of our lives, high school graduation. With so much taken from us, we are all very fortunate to have an in-person ceremony surrounded by our friends, family, and loved ones. I am extremely grateful to have had the opportunity to learn and grow with all of you sitting in front of me today. When I was elected to be class president during our junior year, I had the utmost expectations for what was to come. Planning our prom, organizing our senior trip, and fulfilling all other responsibilities and duties as class president. However, when the severity of the pandemic hit, all of these ideas, unfortunately, had to come to an end. What was supposed to be a measly 2 weeks off of school turned into a loss of normalcy, a loss of our senior year, and a loss of many loved ones. With that being said, my condolences go out to anyone who has lost a loved one due to this pandemic. Although this has consumed a decent amount of our high school experience, we did everything in our power to make it as memorable as possible. It's at times of hardship like this where we reminisce on the great times that we have had one another here at Mount Carmel area. Whether it be participating in sports with your closest friends, playing in the band on Friday nights, performing in the musical, going to VOTEC, or any other clubs or activities here at Mount Carmel area. I know this last year of high school was not at all what we imagined it to be, but we made the best of it. Time goes by faster than we know it. I'm sure that we all thought high school would last forever, but now we realize that it goes by in the blink of an eye. Now we all enter what most adults would call the real world. They all make the real world sound scary, but I'm sure we will all just be fine out there. Some of us take on a trade, some of us will go off to college, and some may start work right out of high school. No matter what your plans are or where they lead you, we will take with us everything we have ever done, everyone we have ever met, and everything we have ever learned. We have traveled this journey together, and it is now time for every one of us to face our own path that lies ahead. I know we will all do great things in life, and I wish you all the absolute best as we move forward in this next chapter of our lives. I would like to give a special thank you to my family for supporting me through the years, and thank you all for attending today's ceremony.
Good evening, students, staff, family, and friends, and again, welcome to the commencement ceremony of the class of 2021. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the ladies and gentlemen of the Mount Carmel Area School District that join me tonight in honoring the class of 2021. The Mount Carmel Area School Board President, Mr. Bill Brecker. School Board Vice President, Mr. Jim Brett. School Board Secretary, Mrs. Donna James. School Board Member, Mr. Jose Gonzalo. And School Board Member, Mr. Tony Mazzatesta. Before announcing our administration, I'd like to take a moment to thank them for all their hard work and dedication this past school year. We have an awesome administration that cares deeply about the students at Mount Carmel area, and I appreciate all their efforts in leading our district. Members of the Mount Carmel area administration, high school principal and curriculum coordinator, Mrs. Lisa Verano. Junior high principal, Mr. John Dara. Elementary principal, Ms. Susan Nestico. Elementary assistant principal, Mrs. Amanda Stepanowski. Special ed coordinator, Mrs. Nicole Edmondson. Business Office Manager, Ms. Karina Lesko. Athletic Director and Elementary Dean of Students, Mr. Gregory Sakavage. We would also like to congratulate Mr. Sakavage on his retirement, and we're thrilled to have him back as a part-time role in our transition within the athletic department. I would also like to thank Mr. Dave Fegley and Sam Ryan and Frankie Brosh and all the custodial maintenance staff, Mr. Dave McPhee, the TV studio crew, Mr. Gary Tresker, Mrs. Kelly Chrisman. Our leadership team has worked tirelessly with the administration and staff during this past year and always have the best interests of MCA students at heart. I would also like to take this opportunity to introduce the class advisors of the class of 2021. Teacher Erin Saliga and Teacher Jessica Kravinas. To the best teaching and support staff in the world, thank you. Our staff at Mount Carmel area consistently go above and beyond, and it doesn't go unnoticed. I am so proud of all of you for all you have given to the children of our community. Our teaching staff never wavered this past summer when it was time to come back to in-person instruction at Mount Carmel area. While over 60% of school districts in our state remained virtual, our learning community, led by our teaching staff with administration and school board, knew that the best education possible was to offer in-person instruction with Mount Carmel area teachers. Thank you for your dedication to our district and students. I would like to start tonight with defining the word perseverance. Perseverance is the continued effort to do or achieve something despite difficulties, failure, or opposition. This word also defines our graduating class and learning community since that fateful day of March 13th, 2020, when schools first closed due to the pandemic. This school learning community with the senior class of 2021 never wavered in its belief that we would emerge in a positive fashion despite obstacles. The senior class of 2021 overcame all those obstacles and have emerged to the culmination of their educational careers here at Mount Carmel area today. Here with us are 84 outstanding men and women. As they demonstrated throughout their careers, the class of 2021 truly achieved much at MCA, and now they are ready to begin the next chapter of their lives. To each and every member of the class of 2021, we are also proud of all of your many accomplishments. We have watched all of you grow up from your early days at the elementary school to new beginnings at the junior high to becoming leaders at the senior high school. To the parents and families of the class of 2021, I congratulate you all. Your support and guidance has paid off. Thank you for being so supportive of our school district during your child's educational career at Mount Carmel area, and especially the last year during the COVID-19 pandemic. Our administration and staff truly felt your support, and we appreciate that. The class of 2021 honored the great past of our school district and set path for future students to follow. Although it would be impossible to note all the accomplishments of this class, I would like to highlight a few. From winning the AA state championship by our girls basketball team, from starring in hit musical Little Shop of Horrors, from giving precious blood during student-led blood drives, to running multiple Think Big fundraisers over their career, to producing countless daily newscasts of our school and community, to decorating for the prom, to leading after-school clubs, to standing up as leaders in our school and in our community, to being supportive of your friends, to singing and playing in an excellent chorus and band, to visiting local nursing homes, to competing and representing our proud athletic program, to working for our teachers, to earning scholarships, to joining our military, to always supporting MCA. These students represented our school and our town with the utmost pride and respect. The class of 2021, you know you have how special you are to the staff and the community at MCA. We wish you all the best in college, in the military, trade school, or as you begin your chosen career. every senior that sits before us left a lasting legacy to our school, and we are proud of all of you and honored to accept you as a Mount Carmel area graduate. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our guest speaker that will address all of us this evening. The Mount Carmel Area School District is very pleased to welcome back Catherine Menepace-Katchen to give the graduating address to the class of 2021. Kate is an attorney with Robinson & Cole, a 175-year-old law firm with well over 200 attorneys at its service. The firm boasts offices in Philadelphia, New York, Boston, Hartford, Miami, Providence, and Los Angeles, amongst others. Kate has been practicing law for more than 20 years. She represents clients in many different kinds of business disputes, mostly involving areas of health insurance and managed care. Her practice is focused on health insurers, managed care companies, and insurers, and the third-party administrators in state and federal actions around the country, including Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Florida, California, Illinois, and Maryland. Kate is a counsel in the firm's managed care employee benefit litigation group. Prior to beginning her new corporate law practice, Kate worked for the United States Department of Labor from 1997 to 1999 in Pittsburgh. She then spent 20 years at Atkin, Gump, Strauss, Hauer, and Feld, LLP, one of the biggest law firms in the world, before joining her new firm earlier this year. Ms. Katchen has received several honors over her legal career. She was selected as a Pennsylvania super lawyer from 2013 to 2019 and to Rising Stars from 2005 to 2008. Throughout her legal career, Kate has made it a priority to volunteer and give back to causes that are important to her. She is a longtime volunteer attorney with the Support Center for Child Advocates, where she represents abused and neglected children in Philadelphia's overwhelmed family court system. She is also a board member of a dog rescue in Lancaster County, the Delaware Valley Golden Retriever Rescue. Kate has also presented in front of the Association of Corporate Counsel of America, Greater Philadelphia Chapter and Delaware Chapter, as well as the Blue Cross Blue Shield National Summit and the Pennsylvania Bar Institute, in addition to many others. Kate graduated college with a Bachelor of Arts degree in 1994 from Villanova University, and then earned her doctorate law degree from the University of Pittsburgh School of Law in 1997. She is a proud graduate of Mount Carmel Area High School, class of 1990, where she was a National Honor Society student and honors graduate. She was also a 4-year member of MCA track and field and MCA cheerleading teams. She and her husband, Kirk, are the parents of a daughter, Helena, age 12, and make their home in Lafayette Hill portion of Philadelphia. Kate is the daughter of Bob and Sue Menepace, or 1964 graduates of Mount Carmel area. Her siblings, Joanne, 1985, and Robert, 1994, are both proud MCA alumni. It gives me great pleasure to welcome back to MCA Catherine Menepace-Katchen.
Hi, good afternoon. Mr. Cheddar, Mrs. Vrano, School Board, Mr. Gonzalo. When you realize how rare it is to have a school district historian, we're very lucky to have Mr. Gonzalo. School Board members, Mr. Mazzatesta and Mr. Britt, two of my dear friends. Faculty, including two 1990, I think two, Mr. Schick and Mr. Belichick, 1990 alumni. Parents, families, and the class of 2021. I have a hard time telling you how honored I am to be here today. First, because I follow in the footsteps of two of your former speakers at graduation, who are two of my favorite human beings, not just Mount Carmel graduates. My cousin and healthcare entrepreneur, John Mulo, who spoke remotely to you from London last year, and one of my oldest and dearest friends, Dr. Mike Machuzak, who spoke to you in 2018. But more importantly, I'm honored to speak to this class that has achieved historic accomplishments, even by MCA standards. I'm told that 21 of you have taken advanced learning classes through Bloomsburg University. 8 of your top 10 students academically are women. You're committed to giving back to your community through Think Big, Special Olympics, and the Reading Garden at the library, including other things that Mr. Cheddar mentioned. Your athletic achievements are remarkable. The ladies basketball championship, state and district track championships in just the last few weeks. And personally, 2 of you, I believe, are on the 4x8 relay team that broke a record that was held by my sister and her teammates in the mid-1980s. Creatively, you were able to pull off, in the middle of a global pandemic, an amazing musical, Little Shop of Horrors, and I'm sure there's many other things I'm missing. So you have so much to be proud of as you join the ranks of MCA alumni today. So when I was doing some research on your class, I learned that your class motto is learn from yesterday, live for today, and dream for tomorrow. And that reminded me of the class motto of another legendary class of MCA, the class of 1990. And our class motto was, what lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. So that's what I wanted to spend just a few minutes talking with you about today. So what lies behind you? Well, what lies behind you in the last 15 months, I'm sure none of us want to talk about any longer. You were in the unenviable position of losing part of your junior year, part of your senior year, part of your sports seasons. I'm sure you had events canceled, and likely you or someone in your family was touched by a health scare related to COVID. Yet here you are. You've made it to graduation despite an extraordinary, hopefully never repeated event that challenged every aspect of your life. The resilience you have developed in the past year will serve you well as you move forward. What lies behind you past the last year is a foundation at Mount Carmel area that has prepared you to move on. That foundation is built on a unique community of families, educators, coaches, friends that you've probably known since kindergarten that have given you the tools to tackle what lies before you. So what lies before you? What lies before you is the privilege in a few minutes of joining the ranks of a Mount Carmel area alumni. Whether you're going on to further your education, to go into the workforce, to go into the service, to care for a family member, you all now have that common bond. I suspect most of us in this stadium have that common bond. I have hanging in my office a card from a friend that talks about how life is a series of fresh starts. For most of you, this is your first big fresh start, and hopefully the first of many. Because what lies before you is a never-ending series of choices. You truly have no limitations, as cliche as that might sound. When life is wonderful, you made the choices that got you there. And when life is challenging, you also made the choices that got you there. You have to look in the mirror each day and live with the choices you make. So make them thoughtfully, use the values with which you've been raised, and develop within yourself a strong moral compass so that you can rely on, so that you feel in your gut that you are secure in every one of those choices you make. Because what also lies before you are inevitable failures. But when you make a bad choice, and when you screw up, and you will, you use that setback as a learning experience and grow from it. If the past year has taught us nothing else, it has given each of us a lesson in resilience, in the ability to tap into your strengths, to tap into your support networks, and to overcome life's challenges. What also lies before you is the ability to do small acts that can make a big ripple in the world. Hold a door, overtip your waitress, let someone cut in front of you in traffic, volunteer for a cause that inspires you. Resist the urge to be an internet warrior, to be an internet troll, or to listen to internet warriors and internet trolls. Rather, pick up the phone and talk to somebody, even if it's to talk through a dispute or work through a disagreement. Small acts like that will have a ripple effect. To the ladies of the class of 2021, what lies before you is an unprecedented setback for working women since the pandemic. The past 15 months have undone decades of progress for women in almost every industry who choose to attempt the balance of family and work. The percentage of the women in U.S. workforce dropped in the early months of the pandemic to levels not seen since the mid-1980s. And in September 2020, when kids went back to virtual school, of the 1.1 million people in the United States who left the workforce, 80% of them were women. So you're the ones that have to right the ship. And from what I know about this class, Mount Carmel has given you the foundation to do that. So then what lies within us? This is the important one. I always tell someone where I'm from before I tell them anything else about me. To me, it says more about who I am than anything else I can tell them about what I've done. My parents and siblings are proud MCA alumni. My parents met here at Mount Carmel High School, and each of them remains tied to our town and to the friends they've made here. And I was lucky enough to marry a man from another Pennsylvania town who feels the same way. So now we have an almost teenage daughter who would rather have her summer vacation at Knoebels or on Lake Erie than she would at Disney World. And to me, that says something. So what lies within you is a pride and a grit that comes from being a Coal Region kid. It's a bond that we all share and that will carry you forward in life. Never forget the people sitting next to you today who share that bond that lies within all of you. I read once that friends come and go, but with a precious few that you should hold on to. Work hard to bridge the gaps in geography and lifestyle, because the older you get, the more you need the people who knew you when you were young. And truer words surely were never spoken. And as a testament to those words, there's 3 women sitting here today from the class of 1990 who took off work, who drove 2.5 hours, and who opened their home to my family today just to see this 5-minute speech. And one who couldn't be here today only because her own daughter was graduating from high school. Our bond was born of our shared history, both good and bad, of growing up in each other's homes as part of each other's families, and there's really no way to replicate that once you're grown. So now you move forward from our famed and glorious alma mater to take what lies behind you and what lies within you into what lies before you. And there's a quote from one of my favorite Pearl Jam songs, and I'm gonna put some faith in your parents that you all know who Pearl Jam is. And that quote is, "Small town predicts my fate." And while that song is a tale of disappointment, it's one of my favorite lyrics of all time, and I think it's a positive phrase. You get to leave here today and decide how this small town is gonna predict your fate. And in doing so, and in closing, I just ask you to keep 2 things in mind. First, you can stay home. You can stay right here in this small town and still change the world. And don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. You need only look around this stadium at your parents and your educators and your coaches and your role models to know that that's true. You're a class well on your way to changing the world right where you sit. And second, never for a minute forget that being raised in this small town is an asset, a gift, a jump start to anything you want to accomplish anywhere in the world. Because you were raised in this small town, not despite it, you have a grit, an integrity, and a pride that will take you far, whether you live down the street or halfway across the world. So best of luck, God bless, and congratulations.
On behalf of the entire learning community of Mount Carmel area, including our school board, administration, faculty, and staff, we would like to thank Kate for her wonderful address to the students in class of 2021, and would like to present you with this plaque as appreciation.
Good afternoon. At this time, I'd like to call Danny Ray Reno to the podium to give the address for the Salutatorian.
Good afternoon and welcome to the faculty, staff, graduates, and friends and family. It has truly been a journey to get here today, a road that couldn't have been traveled without a lot of support. Thank you to our advisors, Mrs. Cravanis and Ms. Saliga, our teachers in the administration, and of course, our friends and family who have been there for us along the way. Our journey started 4 years ago, and we were certain of our fate at Mount Carmel area, 4 years that we thought would be fully lived in person in these halls. Well, there was no way of knowing what our future would hold, and we certainly never dreamed that we would have to go through a global pandemic to graduate. But through it all, we managed to be successful. This year, clubs met virtually to carry out their activities. This year's musical, Little Shop of Horrors, was a success, with many viewers joining a virtual live stream. Sports teams practiced and played with masks on and a reduced number of fans. Life is different than we thought it would be, but the important things are still the same. Through this whole messed up year, we managed to keep in touch with our friends and make some new ones along the way. I think this year we all figured out just how much our loved ones mean to us. I couldn't have made it through virtual school without the support of my parents and my friends. I couldn't have gone through my final year of sports without my best friends. LS, LA, Fletch, and the McCrackens have been with me on the basketball court since freshman year, and we weren't going to let COVID stop us from winning a state championship, which we also couldn't have done without the best coach in the world, Coach Lisa Verano. Through it all, we prevailed. Class of 2021, we are special because we overcame adversity. All of the trials we went through led us here, and I wouldn't want to be graduating with any other class, so thank you all for making this final chapter the best one.
Honor cords are awarded each year to students in the Mount Carmel Area School District who have graduated with a cumulative average of a 90 or above. We honored those students at class night where they received their pins and cords. Will the honor students please just rise as a group to be recognized? Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce the Salutatorian for the class of 2021, Danny Ray Reno. She is here today with her parents, Dan and Kelly Reno. Please rise so everybody can give you a round of applause. I would also like to introduce to you our valedictorian of the class of 2021, Lauren Schuleski, who is here today with her parents, Brian and Carissa Schuleski. At this time, we have numerous awards that we'd like to announce and recognize. I'd ask if you could please hold your applause till the end, and students who receive awards to please just rise at your seats to be recognized. The Frederick Morris Academic Award gives $1,000, sponsored by the Union National Bank, to the valedictorian of the class of 2021, Lauren Schuleski. The Salutatorian Prize is sponsored by Verano Insurance Agency, presents $1,000 to the Salutatorian, Danny Ray Reno. Gerald A. Beyerschmidt and his family present a $750 award to the graduate who is third, Margaret McCracken. Nutrition Inc. presents $100 to the graduate who places fourth, Molly McCracken. The Mount Carmel Area PTA presents two $100 awards to graduates who have scored the highest on the College Board, Danny Ray Reno and Molly McCracken. Dr. Joseph F. Greco presents $1,000 to a deserving student, Michael Belichick. The Lions Club John Kirsten Award presents a $150 award to the highest average in social studies, Danny Ray Reno. In memory of Randy Ziggy Zagarski, his family and friends present $500 to a multi-sport athlete who exemplifies qualities of Randy Zagarski, Damon Daukus. The Coltmont Sportsman Association presents a $500 award to a graduate who meets requirements of their organization, Jacob Gelati. The estate of Marie Walsh, former elementary teacher, awards scholarships to students who meet the guidelines of her trust, Nathaniel Long, Jasmine McClellan, and Marley Racinko. The Mount Carmel Rotary Club presents $200 to a graduate with the highest average in a vocational course, Peyton Carl. Past coaches and players from the MCA girls volleyball team presents a $100 award to a senior volleyball player, Danny Ray Reno. The Teachers Memorial Scholarship Funds awards 4 $500 scholarships in memory of Richard Prophet, John Bascara, Charles Molesky, Joanne Jakob, George McPhee, Lisa Washaleski, Sonia Hamula, and Amy Hager. They are Lauren Ayers, Lauren Schuleski, Zane Zalaki, and Michael Belichick. The Mount Carmel Area Education Association, also in memory of its deceased members, awards $300 to a senior who plans on furthering their educational field, Caroline Fletcher. In memory of Mary A. Miscavige, class of 1944, her family presents $400 to a student who's enrolled in the School of Nursing, Claudia Morris. Antonio Miscavige family presents $200 award to a VOTEC student who has demonstrated the most improved academic performance, Jonathan Slovak. The Citizenships Prize 2110 presents two $200 awards to a male and female who have made the best contribution to school and community leadership, Garrett Timko and Caroline Fletcher. The Mount Carmel Area Band Parents Association, in memory of Judy Fisher, presents one $500 award to someone who exemplifies Mrs. Fisher's traits, which includes motivation, perseverance, and dedication to the band, Molly McCracken. The Mount Carmel Township Alumni Association presents $500 awards to graduating seniors who reside in the township. They are selected by our faculty, and they are academically in the top half of their class, Lauren Schuleski and Lauren Ayers. In loving memory of Joanne Smith Trefsker, her friend Lorraine Deutera Buchland awards $250 to a student furthering their education, Talia Mazzatesta. The Randy Moyer Memorial Scholarship Fund is formed by Randy's family and friends. Randy was a highly trained and dedicated firefighter for the Atlas Fire Company. To honor Randy's memory, a scholarship in the amount of $500 is presented to a senior involved in emergency services, Ethan Finella. Robert K. Beyerschmidt presents an award of $100 to a senior member who has exhibited leadership in band, Danielle Lepotsky. The Hebrew Ladies Aid of Tiferet Israel Business Committee presents $100 to the student who ranks 18th, because the number 18th in Hebrew signifies life. That is Kaylee Kane. In memory of Eleanor Finella Matalevich, her family presents an award of $500 to a graduate enrolled in the School of Nursing, Kaylee Kane. In memory of Louis P. D'Annunzio, former mayor of Marion Heights, his family awards $750 to the graduate with the highest average in chemistry. That is Molly McCracken, Maggie McCracken, and McKenna Langle. Also presented is $500 to the graduate with the highest average in math, Margaret McCracken. The class of 1948 awards $500 in memory of Miss Marie McCarthy, Miss Mary McDevitt, former teachers, to the graduate with the highest combined average in English and biology, Danny Ray Reno. The Mount Carmel Celebration of Special Athletes awards $400 to the graduating student who will pursue a career in special education or related field, Valedia Mangiapane. Matucci's Willow Cafe presents $100 to a graduate who has made outstanding contributions in instrumental music, Danielle Lepotsky. In memory of Francis and Catherine Dea, her family presents $200 to a student who is continuing their education in the medical field, Isabel Parker. In memory of Robert V. Mulo and Elizabeth A. Mulo, their family presents $250, Lauren Schuleski. Edward Greco, Esquire, awards $100 to a graduate enrolled in a business law class, Talia Mazzatesta. Mount Carmel Area Retired Teachers Association presents a $400 award to a student who plans to further their career in education, Caroline Fletcher. Mount Carmel Area Township High School Alumni Association presents $500 to a band member residing in the township, Mackenzie Zerby. The Marion Heights Fire Company presents $250 to the highest ranking graduate in Marion Heights, McKenna Lengel. Diversified Treatment presents $25 to the student pursuing a degree in social work, psychology, or criminal justice, Amara Pulowski. In honor of Joseph Jazz Diminick, the Lions Club presents a $150 award to a varsity football player, Austin Garankowski. The Michael Diminick Award scholarship funds $100 to a scholar athlete, Lauren Schuleski. In memory of Ryan Mesmore, two $250 awards are presented to graduates continuing their education in music, art, computer science, or engineering, Michael Reed and Jacob Evans. In memory of Aaron Ziegler, his family presents a $540 award to a football player who will further their education and who exhibits the valor, strength, and determination and competitive spirit of Aaron Ziegler, Damon Daukus. In memory of Catherine Chicatano, her family presents $100 to the graduate with the highest average in Spanish, Damon Daukus. The Leon Nark Memorial Award presents an award to a deserving member of the music department, McKenna Lengel. In memory of Randy Zagarski, Arcos Industries presents a $200 award to a deserving student enrolled in a technical school, Tessa Fagley Kublik. In memory of Richard F. Beierschmidt, his family presents one $1,000 award to the highest ranking student enrolled in Bloomsburg University, Caroline Fletcher. In memory of Frank and Marcella Pohutsky, Dave's Auto Body presents $100 to a deserving student, Isabella Ryan. The class of 1964 is presenting an award in honor of Miss Helen Carroll, longtime teacher of Mount Carmel area, who recently passed away at the age of 103, as the majority of the funding came in honor of Miss Carroll, Margaret McCracken and Molly McCracken. Nevin and Denise Ballet present a $100 award to a student involved in community service, Zane Zalaki. In memory of Leonard and Shirley Barwick, John Tom Titian III and family presents a $2,500 award to the graduate who plans on continuing their education at an institution of higher learning to pursue a career in a STEM field, Michael Reed. In memory of Lisa Kovas-Washaleski, the class of 1981 presents two $100 awards to students who exemplify Lisa's attributes, which include athletics, school, community service, enthusiasm, lovable sense of humor, and a zest for life, Lauren Schuleski and Trevor McDonald. The MP Scholarship Program awards three $1,200 scholarships to graduating seniors who are enrolled in a college or trade school and meet the requirements of the scholarship program, Talia Mazzatesta, Lauren Ayers, and Michael Reed. In memory of Ray Pohutsky, the Mount Carmel Area Rescue Squad presents a $100 award to the vocation student with the highest average, Peyton Carl. In memory of Ruth Monkevich Kabaki, her husband presents a scholarship to a student pursuing a degree in nursing, Kaylee Kane. The Mount Carmel Area Education Foundation presents three $250 scholarships in each of the following areas: academics, athletics, and art. Danny Ray Reno, Michael Belichick, and McKenna Lengo. In memory of Charles A. Sikavage, the family donates a brick to the Mount Carmel Education Foundation's Red Tornado Brick Display in honor of the recipient, Danny Ray Reno. Catawissa Lumber and Specialty Company College Education Trust Fund awards scholarships to deserving graduates. Etta Seitzinger, Isabel Ryan, Gabe Climbera, Julia Burns, Alan Regal, and Derek Lawler. In memory of John Jack Ballant, his wife, Mrs. Esther Ballant, presents a gift of $1,000 to a graduating senior who is furthering their education. Jack was a 1950 Mount Carmel area graduate, Sierra Calise. In memory of Annie Sebastian Alexander and Blaze Robert B.R. Alexander, their family and friends present 2 scholarships to graduating seniors, Michael Belichick and Kane Bressy. In loving memory of Nathan McFadden, a $500 award will be presented to a senior with a great love of life, family, someone who faces every challenge with courage, strength, and faith, the lessons that Nathan taught us through his life's journey. Reed Witkowski. The Robert Soa Memorial Scholarship presents a $350 award to the highest ranking member of the senior band, Margaret McCracken. In memory of Denise Niglio, Frank and Cassandra Niglio present a $100 award to the student who most exemplifies the traits of Denise, Talia Mazzatesta. In loving memory of Dorothy Blucius Machulski, her friend Lorraine Dudura-Buklin presents $250 to a student furthering their education, Gabriella Trocchi. The Albert and Rosalie Ross Memorial Scholarship presents $500 to a student attending Penn State, Giovanna Yankowski. In memory of Leonard Eschmont, a 1937 graduate, their family and friends present a $100 scholarship to a deserving member of the football team, Reed Witkowski. In memory of John and Shirley Tomtitian Sr., John Tomtitian III and family presents a gift of $2,500 to the graduate with the highest average who plans on attending Bucknell University, Mackenzie Zerby. In memory of George McPhee, his family presents one $300 award in his memory to a student who made an exemplary contribution to the television studio WKMC, Jacob Evans. In memory of Warren Altamar, his family presents a $500 award to a graduating senior who has made an outstanding contribution to WKMC TV, Jacob Evans. The Mount Carmel Area Junior Red Tornado and TCYFL awards $200 to a deserving student athlete from the Mount Carmel area football team, Michael Belichick. Dorothy and Edward Clevenstein Scholarship Award. According to the wishes of the family, scholarships are awarded annually to members of the graduating class who plan on attending a college or university, Margaret McCracken and Maggie McCracken, or Molly McCracken. The class of 1997 presents a gift of $500 to the senior student of the class of 2021 in memory of their classmate, Sonia Skosick Smith. Sonia is remembered as always being true to her faith and someone who showed compassion and love to all. The class of 1997 is presenting this award, Aaron Elliott. Mildred Kent Memorial Scholarship. The children of Mildred Kent are presenting two $500 awards to deserving seniors who are student athletes, cheerleaders, or band members, who are leaders in the classroom and community, Lauren Schuleski and Michael Belichick. In memory of Brock Bridey, a former Mount Carmel area resident who enthusiastically always offered his friendship, health, and service and commitment to numerous community and church events and various fraternal organizations that need assistance, presents an award to a deserving graduate, Michael Belichick. And finally, the Mark D'Angelo Memorial Scholarship Fund awards an award to a varsity wrestler who has lettered for a minimum of 2 years and demonstrates qualities of good character and integrity. Trevor McDonald. Would all those students whose name was called for an award please rise to be recognized? You may be seated. At this time, I'd like to introduce Lauren Schuleski to give her address.
Congratulations, graduates. And on behalf of the class of 2021, I would like to show our gratitude to the people who got us to this point. To the administration, thank you for working tirelessly to give us the end-of-year events that we have earned. You are tasked with difficult decisions, and we know that you always have our best interests at heart. To the faculty and staff and our class advisors, thank you for not only helping us as students, but as people. Not only did you teach us the curriculum, but also about perseverance, strength, and hard work. To the families of our graduates, today is as much your day as it is ours. Your unconditional love and support has meant the world to us, and no short thanks in this speech can adequately show our gratitude. It was December 7th, 2018. I was a sophomore, and it was the day of my first basketball game as a varsity starter. I was rushing around doing my usual pregame routine when my parents stopped me and gave me a necklace. And inscribed on the necklace were the words, "Enjoy the journey." But unfortunately, what came next wasn't exactly the definition of enjoyable. Our young and bright-eyed team drove on the bus for an hour and 24 minutes to reach the home court of Powerhouse Dunmore. I remember walking into the dark gym that had no cell phone service and not being able to listen to music during warm-ups. There was a huge Bucks student section screaming at us to miss every shot, and we practically did. The rest of the game was a blur, and we got absolutely demolished by Dunmore. I don't remember the exact score, but I remember the feeling. I remember the feeling of getting on the bus to drive an hour and 24 minutes home and thinking to myself, well, it can't get much worse than that. But then, even though not as badly, we lost the next game and the next. You're probably sitting there wondering why I'm telling you this story, or what does this have to do with anything? Well, after 3 straight losses, we finally won on our first game, against Southern, might I add. And that's when Coach Spears told us, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. This saying stuck with us for the next 3 years and proved that we were in it for the long haul, and that success doesn't happen overnight. During those 3 years, before every game, I wore the necklace that said, "Enjoy the journey." Looking back on not only my time as a basketball player, but also as a high school student, I've realized that it wasn't the result that mattered the most. It was everything it took to get there. I don't remember the exact score of every game. I don't know the amount of points I scored. I don't even know what our record was. But what I do remember are the small moments. Listening to music at practice, my teammates, the team dinners, and when Coach Brano brought us donuts. All of these things were a part of my journey. And when I say journey, I don't just mean our actions. I mean the people, the places, the memories. Each one of us sitting here today has had our own journey. Some of you were in the studio, some performed in the musical, others showed off their work at the art show, and some were in the band playing surfing during pep rallies. We have all lived our own lives and made our own memories. but all of us are here together. Today is technically the result of high school, the goal, the destination. The diploma we are about to receive is the proof. But years from now, when you reminisce about high school, the first thing you think of won't be today. It won't be the order that you walked in, it won't be the song that's played, and it won't be my speech. But it will be your journey. It will be your memories, your best friends, your favorite teacher. But if I'm being honest, it will probably be one of the fights that happened in the lunchroom. I think author Robert Brault said it perfectly when he said, "Enjoy the little things, for one day you will look back and realize that they were the big ones." So now, fellow members of the class of 21, allow yourself to remember your little things. Whether it was cheering on the Big Red at the Silver Bowl, the band concerts, your prize creation that you made in tech ed, or your club's field trip. These are all a part of your journey so far. But what comes next? When we are about to become alumni of Mount Carmel area, but then what? We have all struggled with this question for some time now, but whatever you decide comes next, I hope you see it as an opportunity. It's a chance to start over. You can take your life in any direction you choose. You can live anywhere, do anything, and become the ideal version of yourself. You are no longer confined to the walls of the Mount Carmel area high school. There's nothing holding you back. I hope you don't see this as an obstacle to overcome, but as potential. So now that we have this opportunity, this potential, what are we going to do with it? Are we going to let it pass, or are we going to take advantage of it? This is our chance to swing for the fences, be adventurous, take risks, and move mountains. If we don't seize our chance now, will we ever? The biggest risk in our future is not failure, but in not taking the risk at all. If we never move forward, we will always be in the same place. So take big steps. And if you can't take big steps, take little ones. Because remember, life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Your direction is more important than your speed, and your journey is more important than your destination. At the end of this ceremony today, your new adventure will begin. Regardless of where you go next, make sure that you enjoy it. And I know sometimes life is not fun. It can be the opposite of joyful. It's sad, it's painful, things go wrong, but ultimately, the journey continues. So appreciate the good and overcome the bad. Because in the blink of an eye, you will be like the parents and grandparents in the stands watching your children and grandchildren graduate. It seems like you have forever, but then again, kindergarten feels like yesterday. Make the most of the time you have and never forget where you came from. I want to leave you with this quote by Emerson. Dare to live the life you have dreamed for yourself. Go forward and make your dreams come true. Class of 2021, congratulations and enjoy your journey. Thank you, and go Big Red.
Will the class officers of 2021 please rise? President of the Board, Mr. Bill Brecker, will you please come forward? Mr. Brecker, the students being presented to you at this time have completed the course of studies for graduation from high school as prescribed by the Pennsylvania Department of Education and the Mount Carmel Area School District. Each of them, therefore, has earned the official high school diploma as awarded by the Mount Carmel Area School District.
As board president, I accept the graduating class of 2021. It is my honor to congratulate and award diplomas to each of them.
Class officers, please come forward. President Claudia Joyce Morris. Vice President Zachary Val Camacho. Secretary Margaret Claire McCracken. Treasurer Lauren Elise Schuleski. Lauren Christine Ayers. Michael Richard Belichick. Justin Bizarro. Kane Alexander Bressy. Eric Bobrowski. Julia Burns. Peyton Carl. Savannah Alexandria Castellano. Hannah Elizabeth Chapman. Vincent DiAgostino. Haley Autumn Dombrowski. Damon Daukus. Aaron Elliott. Mark Engelbrecht. Jacob Evans. Ethan R. Finella. Tessa Lee Fagley Kublik. Chase Daniel Fishburne. Caroline Joan Fletcher. Austin John Garankowski. Riley Ann Geary. Jacob Joseph Gelati. Allie Godfrey. Jeremy Harmon. Braden Harvey. Allison Kristen Jefferson. Sierra Lynn Calise. Kaylee Marie Kane. Gabe Andrew Climbara. Kyle Krishke. Derek John Lawler. McKenna Rose Langle. Dylan Liebel. Nathaniel Trey Long. Danielle Alexandra Lepotsky. Valedia Mangiapane. Talia Marie Mazzatesta. Talia's diploma will be presented by school board member and father, Tony Mazzatesta. Jasmine McClellan. Molly Marine McCracken. Trevor Matthew McDonald. Eddie H. Montanez. Addison Rose Orderizi. Isabel Mary Parker. Amara Lynn Pulowski. Michael Robert James Reed. Alan Justin Regal. Danny Ray Marlene Reno. Amanda Rohrbach. Marley Ann Risinko. James Rusk. Isabella Marie Ryan. Etta Carolyn Seitzinger. Jonathan Slovic. Joshua Philip Stanchik. Ryan H. Steigerwalt. Brendan Lewis Steinhardt. Michael Sykes. Garrett Michael Timko. Gabriella Jade Trocki. Rebecca Marie Troop. Emma Sue Weiss. Jacob A. Wirtz. Cody Wilhelm. Reed Henry Witkowski. Cheyenne Michelle Whitmer. Noah Wolfgang. Giovanna Yankowski. Emily Nicole Yaskuski. Mackenzie Rose Zerby. Colin Ziegner. Zane B. Zalaki. And Mick F. Zwolinski. Will the class president please come back to the podium? Will the class of 2021 please rise? It is my honor to congratulate the class of 2021 as graduates and alumni of Mount Carmel area. You may now transfer your tassels from the right side to the left.
Every program has a special place in it for special people. There are very special people here tonight, and we, the class of 2021, would like to recognize them at this time. Will the parents and grandparents of the class of 2021 rise at this time to be recognized by the graduating class?
Congratulations again to the class of 2021. This concludes our ceremonies. Students are reminded to pick up their awards out of the concession stand when Mrs. Parkansky. Thanks, everyone.